very funny guy for man.
Thank you, guys. Oh, that was pretty weak. Give it up for my dad one more time, Scott. He did pretty good. Yeah. So I had a nightmare. I had to kill puppies with a medieval machete. And that was just 2 crazy days I had this week. Cool. If you guys have never seen me before, my name is Emery, and based on my accent, most of you can guess that I have a problem with authority. Especially if it comes from a song. And American songs are pretty good at that, like slide to the left, slide to the right. Don't tell me what to do. Crisscross. It's not even a word. Cool. It went exactly how I hoped it would go. American jokes. So NASA spent over $100 million to send blind people into space. It did not go well. And I do care about what they, spend my tax money on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, sure, we can send like 100 blind people to space, but we still have people starving on the streets, right? Instead, I would spend $100 million, give it to the homeless people, and see if they can survive on the surface of the sun. Oops, that didn't work. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I like you. I know you like my stuff. You always laugh at it. It's cool. So, Jesus saves. Where are my Jesus people at? Cool. One. Alright, good, good. So I saw this billboard, it says Jesus saves, right? I'm not gonna pick on you, it's not about it. Who is that sign for? Do you think Jesus is not strong enough to advertise himself? You know what I mean? It's not like Jesus going into a marketing agency and they are like, well, sit down, would you like some coffee or Pepsi? He's like, water is fine. Cool. Intelligent people in the back of the crowd. And then he sits down and the marketing manager is like, so here's a billboard at the edge of the city. We are thinking about $5,000 a month. What do you think? And then Jesus leans back. I'm not saving another goddamn soul until I can get that billboard on Main Street. That's not how Jesus works, right? Alright, that's what I thought. Okay. This bit needs work, obviously. So, I just got back from Paris 2 weeks ago because, at 40, who needs a 401k? It's alright, my girlfriend paid for it, but I still don't have a 401k. And one thing that stood out immediately when we went to the Eiffel Tower, all of the park said, they had a big sign, it said, stop fascism, stop the rats. And then, okay, cool, I can appreciate a good metaphor. But as soon as the sun went down, the rats from everywhere covered the city. And people didn't even care. They were just like making out on benches, the rats were running between their legs. They didn't care. And that's when I noticed that Ratatouille was not just a cartoon, it's a friggin' documentary. And I don't know if you guys knew, but the Eiffel Tower was built temporarily for a week, for a festival. And I can just imagine the people back in the day, they're like, oh, I have to stare at this piece of shit for a week. And it's been there for like 120 years. And every morning they are throwing their croissants at it. That's why they have rats. Alright, rat callback, still kills. Awesome. So I went to Paris because I'm originally from Hungary, so I took my girlfriend home, introduced her to my parents, which was awesome. And my parents are hoarders, so it was kind of weird because we were having sex in my childhood bedroom. and my parents did not change a thing. So I couldn't help but think about all the other girls I had slept with there, you know? And also my parents saved all the used condoms that I had. And I was like, are you guys freaking kidding me? Why did you save this? And my dad was like, because of the microplastics, son. That was a micro-penis joke from my dad. Yeah, I didn't laugh at it either, that's cool. So do you guys think that all animals should be saved? You know where I'm going with this. I don't believe that all animals should be saved. I like the silence. I'm enjoying it. 2 weeks ago in Daytona, they let this turtle back in the ocean and it was missing a fin. And it kept coming back. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. Alright. I don't know. A lot of things have changed about flying when you fly on an airplane. Did you guys know that? You have to wear masks 24/7, which is fine. It's cool. But they also, when we were landing, they announced that if you are in need of a wheelchair, please remain seated. You know, I mean, I just wanted to be there when the first time somebody with noodle legs tried to crawl through the rows. I need a wheelchair. Okay, you guys don't like to say about jokes. So, if you have to pick a mental disability for a day, what would it be?
I'm already rocking ADHD.
Is that a serious thing or is it just a label?
It's a literal thing. I was diagnosed with 3.
This is America, guys. You guys diagnose everything. You know? I just got a smack on my face on my dad, and he was like, "No, that painting doesn't have to be straight." But if I had to pick a mental disability for a day, I would like to be a Publix beggar. Have you been to Publix before and you accidentally talk to one of these kids and you think he has a mental disability, but he doesn't? And I was about to apologize, but then he put my avocados on the bottom of the bag. And I was like, yeah, I was right. He's retarded. Alright. You guys are retarded. Oops. Everybody pulled back. He did say that. He didn't say the N-word. Okay. I'm not going to, alright? It's not about that. My parents were herders. Like they herded horses. Not my parents, my ancestors. They're herders, so they like horses. So for 20 years, I really wanted to get my own whip. And I finally did it. And I was practicing in my backyard. I've never seen my Mexican neighbors running in their houses so fast. Alright, thank you guys. My name was Emery. Please give it up for your host again.
Keep it going, everybody. Keep it going for Emery, everybody. This next comment came all the way from South Kakalaki, buddy. All to do an open mic. Isn't that sickening? This comedy disease. But no, I love him so much. He came all the way from South Carolina, everybody. Give it up for the hilarious Kent Hunter.
I feel like people have too high standards these days. I'm myself included. You know, we're always trying to find something that we don't deserve. And I was talking to some women recently, and they're saying, you know, 6 foot, 8 inches, 6 figures. And I'm like, that's cool, but like, how are you going to try and request all that when your pussy smells like garlic bread? like you said, I live in South Carolina and I work in a factory, trying to be an adult, but I have to wake up at 4:30 every morning to go to work, and it's terrible. I woke up this morning for work with a beautiful naked girl in my bed, and I had to go to work, so I didn't want to wake her or anything, so I just gave her a little kiss on the pussy. So she said she couldn't feel anything there last night, so I didn't want to wake her up. But I had to go to work, like I said, make some money, because that life-size sex doll isn't going to pay for itself. I played sports in high school, and do a real quick hot take. I think sports are gay, just a little bit. I mean, I played football, and it's a bunch of strong men just running around grunting with each other. I was 16 years old and had a grown man come up, smack me on the ass, and say, "You're making me moist." How does that work? I wrestled in high school too, which was also very weird. You know what I mean? We're wearing spandex, we're all over each other, grunting some more. And but I've been looking back and I needed some money, so I started selling my old highlights as soft gay porn. It's been going pretty well. I met Jesus in Tallahassee, which was really nice for me. I was at this house party in Tallahassee. We've been drinking, and we all have that one friend, right, when they drink a lot. You know her, like Samantha. You know what I mean? It's 10 o'clock, and she's passed out on the couch, little throw up on her shirt, one pussy lip hanging out of her shorts. Well, that was me. That was me in Tallahassee. I was Jessica. So Jesus walks by, and I start freaking out. You know what I mean? I have a beer in my hand. I put it behind my back, start praying. Lord, please forgive me. I'll never drink again. By the time I look up, Jesus is snorting lines of coke off the counter. I never heard that part in the Bible, never heard my preacher go, and the disciples watched as Jesus snorted coke, and then he looked up at the crowd and said, "Show thy titties to the Lord." I went to high school at Barton Trail. It was a big school, big difference for me. I was dating, like, when you lived in South Carolina, you're trying to make a connection and really be with this person. But the people at Bartram, they would just, suck your dick and then never talk to you again. Now, looking back at it now, I really should have paid more attention. I can't speak right now. Back then, I hated it. But now that I'm older, I'm realizing how nice that was. Really missed that. It was crazy. You could be in the parking lot, get a blowjob in the parking lot, make out with someone in the gym, and finger Samantha in math class, and bitches would never know, right? But I miss those days, like what happened to all those throat goats from when I was 14? My senior year in high school, I fucked my friend's mom. That was fun. Me and Michael, we were watching his house with his mom. We were smoking some weed. It was nice. We didn't have anything good though. It was mid. And I know I look like someone who would pay $35 a gram. I'm not gonna lie to you. Back then, we definitely paid $35 for that. But we smoked the mid, and his mom has a med card. So we were looking around trying to find it. We couldn't. So after the mid, we got the munchies. He ran to the store to get us some food, and I figured that I would be a good friend and try and find her good weed. Well, while looking around for her weed, I found her vibrator instead. And I thought it'd be a good idea to use it on myself a little bit. So I did that, put it back like nothing ever happened, and gave his mom one hell of an orgasm. Alright, that's my time. I'm Kent Hunter. Thank you guys.
Give it over Kent, everybody! Kent looks like every dude that's listens to Joe Rogan and then does DMT and turns into the kid with the hat in the middle. 1,000%. I'm looking forward to Kent being a hippie. It's gonna be sick. Talked a lot about high school. One thing, when I think of high school, I think of immaturity and doing dumb shit, like having shower sex. Sex in the shower is for children. It's so dumb. You have sex in the shower with your husband? I don't believe anything you say about your husband. I've been in so many relationships and never fucked in the shower, but good for you. I'll give your husband a good report today. It's just, shower sex, it sucks. It's awkward, and like, women are the only thing that can be fully submersed in water and still not get wet. Y'all are demons. Y'all are demons. Y'all are demons. You know, but the initial, like, it's so dry at first, and then it warms up, but, you know, shower sex. Coming up next to stage, everybody. First timer here. Give it up for Rob Ford.
There's a cool vibe in here. Everybody's got like this like excitement energy, like a low, kind of calm excitement, like a school shooter on their big day. And unfortunately, the only way to practice this shit's in a room full of people, so that might work out tonight. And like them, I do plan this out, so if it works, it'll kill. You know, but unlike them, and I'm not talking about high school, I'm in my 30s, but I've never dropped a baby. I have traumatized a few. Not R. Kelly like or like violence, but kind of. I may or may not have stuck 3 of my 5.5 nieces and nephews' heads in ceiling fans. And you might have caught the 5.5. My brother was in a competition with Larry King, but he died. So we're gonna go with Jack Nicklaus for the most divorces that you can have in a lifetime. So some of those kids aren't permanent; they don't matter as much. That number fluctuates. But so the first one though, like it wasn't intentional on any of these mostly, and we're pretty close in age. I was an oops baby, so I wasn't that tall. So she kind of went up and quick scream. Predictably, I create this rule though of under 5 doesn't exist, which my family breaks all the time. And so, she turned out alright. She's like in her 20s. She's got like 4 kids. She's a preschool teacher, I'm pretty sure. She's doing pretty good, is what I'm saying. I didn't mess that one up. The second one, I could give a fuck less, because he's my least favorite, and he'd be yours too. But he. Meanwhile, like at the start of this one, like out in the corner, kind of like where the register is, like my brother and this girl are fighting, and they're fighting because this little child the night before decided to shit in his hand and repaint the bathroom like an orangutan Picasso. Like I said, under 5 doesn't exist. Not my problem. That shit waited till they got home. So while they're arguing, he comes up to me with a transformer and wants to make it fly. Now again, under 5 doesn't exist. Not my problem, but I am a nerd, so he's pulling up my heartstrings. So up he goes. And I'm thinking high ceilings like this, I'm fine. I lived in dorms. Did y'all know that fans sometimes come on like these long poles? I didn't. So like up he goes, and unexpectedly seeing the fan, you get like nice and long. And I start to bring him down. Well, out of the corner of my eye, I see my brother go, like that look of, stick the little fucking bastard back up there. And it did shit all over the wall, so I get it. And now moral conundrum. You shouldn't stick a child's head in a fan. Especially on purpose. However, under 5 doesn't exist. Fuck him, up he goes. Now, you get a couple more, he cries a little bit, and he gets permanent waves, because she starts yelling at me in Spanish. I took French in high school, and I'm now a comic, so clearly that's a useful skill. But I couldn't understand her, so it worked out. And I don't know how the kid turned out. Don't care, because they split up a few weeks later. I don't know it's my fault. We're going to blame it on the kid. Maybe he became a painter. The third one, though, you got to make a decision whether or not you guys like me, though. Because I may or may not have caused autism. So this child, and same story, I don't think I did it. I think I'm sorry, though. You might think otherwise. You tell me. So he comes out Christmas, it's hot. I got a big family, obviously. Stuck a lot of them in fans. And so this fan's whipping. It's nice and heavy. And he goes, is it my turn? I have not learned my lesson, but I have learned quicker reflexes. So up he goes, you get a thunk. Oh, some more solid this time. but quick. And he comes down and he goes, is it still my turn? Still. He didn't cry. He didn't skip a beat. Like if I stuck her head or his, well, if he walked into it, or his head or her head into a fan, they're gonna cry. Like I'm gonna cry. Like this fan's going. This kid didn't skip no beat. You know, and anybody got special kids in their family? You do? I got a bunch. They can take a fucking hit, right? Like so, I figured he was all right. Like so. But you I go, yeah, buddy, it's Christmas. It's still your turn. You just gotta pick which one, because it's become multiple choice where you're looking. Now, like I said, I might have made him better, because this kid developed, he rocks back and forth a little bit. He's a little socially awkward. Had a friend that like licked his face as a kid, and he still hangs out with him. So we're gonna go with socially awkward on that one. He needs a little time on tests. He's also 6'2", ultra strong, 220 pounds, and can break down a pattern like Rain Man. As a freshman in high school, he's decided to start playing contact sports. He's going to destroy some child's soul this year. And he's a committed kid, and I'm glad it's turned towards his athletics, because I was Division I swimmer. It takes a lot of work, multiple times a day, 6-7 days a week. Eats up your life. You smell like chlorine constantly, and nothing I ever will do in my life will commit as hard as he did whenever he was playing Call of Duty Zombies and shit his pants. Offline. Got a lot of Call of Duty fans, so y'all know that you can pause that shit offline, right? You could have walked away. You know the level of commitment it takes to create your own personal mudslide and then sit in it? Kind of a Anchorman moment for me, though, because he did make it to like level 67, so I'm not... Like, I'm upset about the shit, but at the same time, like, I've only made it to like level 22, and I had 4 friends. Like, so, a little proud. Alright, so I'm gonna finish up on this, though. Like, obviously, I don't have kids. Probably for the best. But I have rescue pets. Anybody here got rescue pets? It's great. You give an animal another shake in life, you know, and it's awesome. And you give them an opportunity, and I'm a genetic fucking nightmare. So if I decide to change my mind on the children thing, I'll go get me a rescue kid. Okay? I grew up with foster brothers, same but different, alright? My name's Rob Ford. That's my time. Y'all have a good one.
Keep going, everybody. Rob Ford. Yeah, like, getting a rescue kid is basically the exact same thing as getting a rescue dog. They can't be too old and traumatized to take it home, you know what I mean? Sorry, dude, I'd love to change your life, but you come with a lot of strings attached, man. You're gonna bite my kid, you know? Talk about Call of Duty. I used to live with my ex and her, like, mom and brother, and he was like 14, and I instantly realized this kid's gay, you know what I mean? But it was a really old school conservative family where he didn't feel comfortable coming out, so he just was super suppressed and hated everything. It's real sad. And me and him would play Call of Duty, and I found out he was gay from Call of Duty, because you know everyone's calling everyone fags on there. He would get like really pissed, you know, and be like, oh, okay. And he'd be like, motherfucker, I died again! I was like, I think your brother's gay. Oh, no way. And I just painted her new house. Now it's 10 years later. She's got a boyfriend, they have a house, whatever. I paint it. Guess who walks in with a new boyfriend? Her little brother. Grandma died, so he felt comfortable to come out. Fuck yeah. Give it up for dead grandmas making gay kids feel comfortable. Come on. That shit is fucked up. Coming up next, speaking of gay kids, this next comic's one of my favorites, everybody. He's awesome. Give it up for the hilarious Matt Hill. Come on, Matt. Way from the back. Keep it going for Matt, everybody. He's a fucking genius.
Anybody wait in line and you're deciding if you want to like hold in this fart or if you want to like pin the crime on the other person? Anybody? I was faced with a similar, if not exact dilemma not too long ago. Yeah. When the beginning of the show, there's like a mom and her kid, you know. And I was just like waiting in line. It's gotta be like, it's like Jesus Christ. There's women and children here. Don't fart. It's gotta be like a Geneva Convention war crime, you know, gassing women and children unsuspectingly. Thankfully, I have it. You know, I have a conscience, you know. But after I got my drink, I was just looking at this like mom and her kid. I'm like, you're welcome. You know? That guy saved you. You know? I could have ruined your afternoon. I have a hard time writing material. In fact, I spent the whole day trying to write material for tonight, and I haven't come up with jack shit. Honestly, it is crazy. Yeah, I was like, oh, you know, I'll write like a few jokes. You know, I sit down at the computer, you know, and then, you know, 5 minutes later, you know, I get into existential crisis. God doesn't even exist, you know. Like, what is life? You know, it's crazy mystery. Anybody relate to that?
Yeah.
Let's see what other reruns I have. Anybody act like they're tying their shoe, but they're actually doing an underwear tuck to hide their boner? Anybody? I do that, yeah. That's not even a bit, I just want to know who out there. Yeah. I always do that. Speaking of boners, it was crazy, like a couple weeks ago, like, because, like, I'm 19 years old, I get boners, like, everywhere, you know? Like, I usually suspect them, you know? And then, you know, I was watching, and then I saw, like, boobs, and then I was like, I didn't get a boner, you know? And then it didn't happen, and I was like, what the fuck? This is crazy. Hector, what are you doing? And, you know, I spent that whole day just like looking at like what could it be, you know? Like why didn't I get a boner, you know? You know? And you know, there's the usual like age, you know, a bunch of diseases, you know, like Parkinson's, I don't know, stuff like that. And it's like, oh, like maybe you're depressed. And it's like, man, I contemplated suicide with boners, you know? Like I don't think that's a problem, you know? Boner, you know? It's like, you're right, Hector, you know, there's a reason to live, you know. Someday I'll get laid. Yeah. But I don't know, it just fixed itself. I don't know, so like I didn't go to the doctor to it. It just fixed itself. That's how I deal with all my health problems. I just ignore them until they fix themselves. You know what I'll do? Like, I know a crazy thing, when I'm like really depressed, I'll like, you know, if I have like a weird pain, I'll look it up on WebMD, and then I'll do nothing about it. You know? It's like, my shins hurt. It's like, congratulations, you have brain cancer. It's like, oh, thank God. Take me away. Man, I thought that would last 5 minutes. That's crazy. How much time do I have left? How much?
20 seconds.
20 seconds? Alright. I don't have a 20-second joke. This sucks. Anybody watch teen movies or shows to relive the childhood they never had? Yeah, I do. Yeah. I even remember watching it like as a sophomore and be like, I could have a childhood like that, you know? Something interesting, you know? You know, Breakfast Club, something interesting happened to me, you know? And, you know, my consciousness is like, well, maybe you could if you lived a little. And then, like, no, I'm too far gone, you know? I thought that was gonna be funnier. Alright. Yeah, I'll do a knock-knock joke before I leave. Here, can you help me with this knock-knock joke? There, hesitation. All right, nice. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Mister.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Luther, may I come in?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy just got molested. I'm out of here.
You go for Matt Hill, everybody. Fuck yeah, a good knock-knock joke. I've literally never heard one of those. Wow. Coming up next to the stage, everybody. He just bought a big old fifth wheel. He's gonna be going all over.